All right, let's take a look at the front page of the Express, Lewis. What have they got?
Good news. Prime Minister's plan to take down Starmer in TV debates. Rishi throws down gauntlet to spineless Keir Starmer. He wants to have a debate every week, which is like ridiculous because they have a debate every week. It's called Prime Minister's Questions. They face each other. Is that this is the problem with Rishi Sunak is he thinks he's in America and they're having an election and in American time and he's the president. He knows that Joe Biden wasn't very good with the debate situation. So he's saying, look at me, I'm having debates. But it's...
Don't they normally say, though, that if you think you're going to win, you don't want to debate? I mean, David Cameron sat out loads because he thought, he'd got enough going. Because you can only lose. If you're in a winning position, you have a debate, that's when you make an error.
Is it Rishi trying to prove, he said, that Keir Starmer is neutral in every subject that's important and he has no plan, and I'm going to show that by having debates with him, although they've both been accused of that. I think Sunak is just plotting himself to move to the U.S. He's talked about America so much in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
He's keeping himself skinny. He looks great in a tiny lapelled suit. And
I
love the way he looks. I love his hairy wrists. But I felt bad for him during the announcement yesterday when he was all wet.
Yeah.
Where was his interpreter? Where was the deaf interpreter? Where was his umbrella holder? They have just given up on him. He is the lowest rung of the toilet ladder, seriously. I mean, I thought that number 10 they should have a weather app. Couldn't they have checked and said in a couple hours it'll get better? And then the Labour Party in the background screaming, yelling through his... It was all so bad.
The guy who was playing Things Can Only Get Better, there was a news story said, I didn't do that to help Labour.
Yeah.
Well, you're just getting PRS checks sent to Brian Cox then. I'm not sure how much you had to license that, but that was on a lot of outlets.
It was just bad for Rishi, and I think that he's given up too. I think he's already in the U.S. in his mind.
Well, why is he in the U.S.? Because the guy cares about money. His wife's a billionaire. Where would you want to live if you have money? I mean, this country's a good country if you have money.
But I mean, Farage wants to be in the U.S. as well. I think they see that as a definite success story if they can make it there.
More on that story later, I say.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, when it comes to the idea of how rained on he got, some people say, it's a brave move. He didn't know what he manned up. I don't need an umbrella.
It was hard to watch.
But by now, his trousers might have dried and shrunk even more.
But still, they didn't have a special needs interpreter, which they always have. Where was that person?
But I think I've never signed professionally, but it's hard to hold an umbrella and do international sign.
I think he's asking. I think Scott's asking for two people. I think.
Not for the first
I know. Somebody,
not like they're listening, but
my friend says to me that there's a certain group of people in this country who like to see a guy all drenched and wet like that. It shows that he's committed. He's committed. In America, you would think the guy's a loser.
Yeah, it's just so like bad planning. That's all it looked like to me. Yeah.
You have to ask. What do you think, Steve? Do you think the people of this country like a guy who's all drenched and wet?
Well, I mean, famously being gunged on some Noel Edmonds thing, that seems to play well. So it's almost the same, isn't it?
I think later he sat in a corner naked while his suit dried, turning a light on and off and crying to himself. Seriously.